Angel saw Hiyoko going into the infirmary yesterday, and then the door was locked. The doctor and Yuya must have seen her. What happened in there? They must both be lying. Yuya has been helping us all this time, and I don't want to suspect him. He's clearly been hiding the truth. But he's clearly been hiding the truth. Could Yuya be covering for the doctor? We don't know that for sure. The mongrel could be lying to cast doubt on Dr. Iwamine. It's not impossible, but from what we've seen so far, the most likely conclusion is that they're working together. Sakuya, you were the one who said we needed to remove our biases. We need to solve this. I'm aware. I want to go confront them now, but with only Angel's testimony, our evidence is a little weak. They'll probably slip out of it again if we go now. They're both much more eloquent than I am, and they'll try to dodge the issue. Which means we need to search the infirmary. Do you intend to go in without asking? Yeah. The more stealthily we do it, the better, right? If the doctor finds out, he'll come up with some way of stopping us, for sure. Understood. I will go to the lab and keep them occupied while you search the infirmary. Thank you, Sakuya. Shoot, and here comes the point where it's been a while since I recorded and I don't remember how to do this guy's voice, so, a moment, gentlemen. Mr. Leon, I have something for you. Sorry for being late, I was somewhat delayed. What are these? The first is the massive key. It should open just about any of the simple locks in the school, and it is as bright and massive as its owner. The other is a stun gun. If you need to protect yourself, use it. You'll have more use for those than I, Kawara. Hold on to them. Right, thank you, Mr. Leon. Maybe I should write in the notes before I go to the infirmary. It makes me wonder if those were like save points or something in like the original version. The hour of judgment has come. You cannot use the Dark Tree's power here. Return to the Void, Wallenstein. Well, he seems excited. I wonder what the doctor is doing. Being slandered by Mr. Higure, as you can see. Please stop breaking school property, Mr. Higure. I have returned from Judica to defeat you. As long as you live, calamitous sorcerer, the world will be wrapped in eternal despair. Angel, speak in simple terms, please. When he says things with such conviction, I almost find myself believing them. Please, that isn't funny. Yes, come on, Higure. Let's go back to the gym, okay? No, stop! Do not throw me out like some wretched doll! I suspect he has suffered from megalomania since birth. Megalomania? Whatever do you mean? Delusions of grandeur. Eschewing societal standards, he lives his life in the midst of some bizarre fantasy. Perhaps it is genetic. There would be no helping it then, would there? He is unusually active in the destruction of his surroundings, especially given his physique. Internal prejudice is a terrible thing, I suppose. He is no doubt exerting to the limits of his capacity at all times. The most dangerous part is his ability to bring his surroundings into his fantasy. Though I seem to be less affected than you. And since, although I invited him to the school, I've yet to find a use for him. The whole thing has been nothing but a waste of time.
Did you say something just now, Doctor?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Excuse me.
Oh, hello, Shirogane. What's going on? Where did Kawara go?
He is investigating another area at the moment. Only Dr. Iwamine and Nanaki are here. Isn't Sakazaki here?
I think he's walking around to calm his nerves again. He's very brave to be out and about with that scarecrow on the loose.
Not brave, just imprudent. Stupid mongrel, stop pretending to be the migratory and get back here so I can distract you. I wanted to occupy both of them if possible, but at least they don't realize that we suspect them yet. Just the doctor should be enough. Dr. Iwamine, I came here to ask your opinion of something. My opinion? I fear I will not be of much use to you there. My buddy has never required me to visit the infirmary. I have not had much occasion to talk to the doctor since moving here, but I can read his expression perfectly well all the same. It says, "I'm not telling you anything." Where's Mr. Kawara? Did you have a falling out? He did seem to be suspecting me based on nothing but his own prejudice. A pity. I agree, sir. To doubt someone based merely on one's own preconceptions is believing. I think that's supposed to be French. Sir, it is nonsense. That's right. I must be perfectly logical in all things. You are renowned as one of the most intelligent birds in the world, Doctor. I do not think that you could be involved in such a grisly crime as this. It is an honor to be so praised by the heir to the LaBelle family. Completely flat. Does he never speak with emotion? I hold a deep respect for you, Doctor. You might not be aware, but my father owes his life to your medicine. A few years ago, your work allowed the LaBelle family to continue on to even greater glory. Is that so? I had not known. I am afraid that I know little of the fates of the drugs that I develop. The life of but one bird may not be significant to you, but we of the LaBelle family will never forget. How wonderful. I take it your father is a figure of great respect. Of course. The family head must always be honored. It would seem that you hold your own biases even more dearly than Mr. Kawara holds his, almost like the foundation of your very existence. I would rather like to see the expression on your face when that foundation collapses. Locked. Has it been locked ever since the alarm this morning? The doctor went straight to the lab to begin the autopsy, and I think he's been with somebody ever since then. Let's see, maybe that massive thing Mr. Leon gave me will do the trick. Yes! This room has always been a little creepy, but it's even worse in this dim light. I need to look for evidence that Hyoko was in here quickly. But where do I start? The longer I spend poking around in corners, the bigger the risk that I'll get caught. I need to remember, I've been in here a lot every time I got sick. Where would the doctor hide something he didn't want anyone else to see? Didn't he forbid even his assistants from touching his desk? It would seem he keeps his drawers locked tight. You're up, massive thing. Inside our medical records? He's probably supposed to keep personal information locked up, though I never really thought of him as the respectful type. There are only 4 files. The names are Kawara Ryouta, Tosaka Hyoko, Fujishiro Nageki, and Shirogane Sakuya.
What?
I'm not surprised to see a file on me in here, but Hyoko and Sakuya never had any reason to be in here, and Fujishiro Nageki. Looking closely, Nageki's folder says St. Paginatian's Medical Center on the side, while the others don't. And the date is from 5 years ago. Did he take this from the medical center? Since it's here, he must know something about the fire back then. Are the other 3 records from physical exams? They're full of strange symbols and numbers, and I'm not sure what they mean. Huh? Sakuya's has a second piece of paper in it. It looks like some sort of memo or... a sudden blinding pain in the back of my head. I can't move. I fall unconscious. Where am I? I feel dizzy. That's right. I was looking for evidence in the infirmary. The medical records are gone. Somebody took them? I managed to get knocked out even with the stun gun Mr. Leon gave me. Darn it! I don't know who attacked me, but those records must have been important to get stolen away like that. Ah, darn it! Why did I let myself get taken from behind like that? I had our records. Even with those, it would have been hard to prove anything. Whoever attacked me must have been a criminal. They probably wouldn't leave anything, but maybe they missed a clue in here somewhere. Huh? I hadn't noticed earlier, but there's a card in the desk, in a corner I wouldn't have seen if I weren't on the floor. This is... Hyoko's student ID. There's blood on the corner, so it wasn't dropped here by accident before she was killed. It must have happened in here. It looks like my doubts about the doctor are confirmed, but for some reason I still feel unsure. I almost feel like this is too good to be true, like I'm being led along. If the doctor were behind it all, surely he could avoid casting so much doubt on himself. Just what is he after anyway? But I'm not worried about who's doing what and why. I'm worried about finding the one who did this to Hyoko. I need to talk with Sakuya.